found hundreds of marijuana plants and drug paraphernalia in a huge overnight bust in Davenport. In tonight's top story, it happened in a building on South Rolfe Street. The building is home to a handyman service company called QC Honeydew. Police say they found more than 800 pot plants that have a street value of around $2.5 million. 3 people have been charged in connection to that growing operation. They are 43-year-old Sean Manning, 31-year-old Lester Munkus, and 32-year-old Jessica Dorsey. The trio face multiple charges, including possession with intent to deliver. All 3 have already bonded out of the Scott County Jail. Davenport police tell us this is one of the biggest drug busts they've seen for years. Local 4's Carrie Keene joins us now from our newsroom. Carrie, you were at the warehouse today. What was it like in that area?
Tiffany, the area of Davenport where this warehouse is quiet. Not a lot of traffic drives by this area. The QC Honeydew building looks neglected, lots of weeds and broken windows. There's a gas station down the road, but beyond that, there are not a lot of high traffic businesses around. But this seemingly empty warehouse is where more than 800 marijuana plants were being grown. Police are calling this an elaborate and sophisticated marijuana grow operation. On top of the hundreds of plants, police say they also found lights, growing chemicals, digital scales, packaging materials, and various forms of the drug. In the official police complaint against Jessica Dorsey, it states that in a post-Miranda statement, she denied knowing anything about the grow operations. However, the arresting officer noted that police found documents like handwritten work time cards inside the building. The complaint against Sean Manning reveals a history of run-ins with the law. It states that during the search of his residence, officers found a 9mm handgun and marijuana. It also says while running a background check on his criminal history, police discovered that Manning is a convicted felon and is prohibited from owning or being in possession of a firearm. With a drug bust of this scale comes questions about marijuana in the Quad Cities. We hear about meth and heroin being a big problem, but Joe Lemon from the Abbey Addiction Treatment Center in Bettendorf says that 10% of the people who come in for drug treatment are addicted to marijuana. He says that part of the reason is that since the 1960s, marijuana growers have bred the plant to have 22 times the amount of THC, which is the psychoactive ingredient. At the Abbey, he says that they see the faces of marijuana addicts firsthand, and it's not funny. Lemon often speaks publicly about marijuana use and what he sees here in the Quad Cities. Both the DEA and the Federal Gang Task Force were involved in this investigation, and it is ongoing. From the newsroom, Carrie Keene, Local 4 News.